Hey guys, welcome. I wanted to highlight one of the annuals that's doing really good for me this summer. It's called the Sweet Potato Vine. So the Sweet Potato Vine comes in different colors. They have green, they have a lime green. I chose to go, and they kind of all behave the same way, so even different varieties. This one is the maroon one. I can't remember the name. I'll put that in the link because there's so many different names and they kind of look similar, so I'll have to let you know later. But I went with the maroon one just because I needed something that had some contrast to all the green in here. I planted this one about a month and a half ago. So with any annual, I'm learning is you have to be very patient, because once they get established and once they take off, they really thrive, but it takes them a minute to get there, especially where I live, because our spring is very up and down. So I can't really plant these until June, until all the up and down weather has passed. So I planted this, like I said, about a month and a half ago, and it took a little bit for it to take off, which is hard for me because I'm not a very patient person, and patient and gardening really don't go hand in hand, I'm learning. So if anything, it's teaching me patience, but it's doing amazing. I really haven't done anything to it. I've watered it. So at the beginning you want to water it a lot, but once the sweet potato vine is established, it becomes more drought tolerant and you really don't need to water very much, which has been really awesome for us this year, because this year the weather has been unusual, and I'm sure for all of you guys you're noticing that, because I swear everyone's experiencing different climates this year. It's kind of a weird year, but it's doing amazing. They say that you need to fertilize annuals about once a week, which is true. If I had fertilized this once a week, it would probably be double in size. But the fact is, I don't have a lot of time, and I'm kind of lazy with annuals. They're a lot more effort, and I don't want to sit and fertilize once a week, or sometimes I just forget. And so I had not fertilized it, and it's really taken off despite that. And even in a month and a half, if I let it, it will even grow more. So if you feel like you don't have a green thumb and you don't have the time to necessarily spend a lot of time on your annuals, this is a good one to plant. Also, if you have an area where you just need to fill something in, this is a great one to do. So I do notice I have planted a few in a shadier spot, and they're not doing as well. In a sunnier spot, they do a lot better, and they really like that heat. So for example, right here, this under pieces are more green because they're not getting as much sun. So the more sun they have, the more purple they are. And that's how a lot of purple leaf stuff is. Not all of them, but this one is an example of that. So once this fills out, it will turn more purple as it gets more sun. I love how versatile this plant is. It's very beautiful in hanging pots and pots, because the way it drapes over just gives it a nice graceful feel to it and softens up the pots. It's beautiful. But there's really nothing else to it. I do have, if you're wondering what all these little holes are, they're grasshoppers. Grasshoppers are taking over our yard this year. We have chickens and we haven't let them out because they're kind of naughty and they'll eat all of our red stuff in our vegetable garden. But normally they do a good job of keeping them down. There are sprays that you can spray to keep the grasshoppers off, but that's not what this video is about. It's just about this awesome annual. So if you have any questions that I missed, just comment and I will answer them. And I hope this was helpful. I hope you go plant this annual, and there's really no way to mess it up, because if I can grow it, you can grow it. Thanks for watching. We have been in an extreme drought, a drought that I can't remember in history. Okay.
A drought that I can't remember in history.
Okay. Okay.
Are you gonna be able to go?
Yeah.
The giggles.
Okay, here we go.